All right, then let's go. Alicia and Reenie here, out for a walk. Reenie is my little best dog friend. She is a scruffy terrier schnauzer mix. This is Sustainable Events Dog Walk, a short podcast from Positive Impact Event Consulting, where you can get a quick nugget about sustainability for your events and event business while on a walk with Alicia and her dog Reenie. Sustainability is a big project, but we'll get there together, one little step at a time. All right, this is it. This is what we're talking about. We're out for a global warming walk. Climate crisis. It's almost an hour earlier and 15 degrees warmer than our normal walk. And I am wearing shorts and sandals. Yesterday, I wore a crew neck sweatshirt and jeans. Here we go. And I know all my native and naturalized Seattleites are loving some end of May 80-degree weather. But I'm a fog baby. I grew up in the parts of the California coast where hot inland weather meant fog on the coast all summer. And I put on a lot of sunscreen for this dog walk. So let's do it. Come on, dog. I'm going to break down today a 4 pillars review on AV. So this is going to be a breakdown where I just give you a couple ideas off the top of my head in each of the 4 pillars on how to address sustainability within AV. And I think I'll be focusing slightly more on stage production than other types of design and decor, just for fun. And so here we go. The 4 pillars approach to your AV sustainability. So our 4 pillars are environmental, social and community, aka inclusivity, diversity, accessibility and equity, personal health and well-being, and economics. So we'll start with environmental. Environmental sustainability in AV is going to be looking largely at your power usage. So your quickest and easiest couple of ways to address that if you are an AV company or to ask your AV company to be working on your behalf is using Energy Star and energy efficient equipment and to have a power plan in place. Shut down at the end of the night, instructions for when you boot up everything, anything that is going to be quick on and off without special shutdown procedures. You know, we all, well, not all of us, myself and the people older than me, grew up in a land of the projectors in school and the TVs and things like that, either losing their settings when they got powered down or needing a long time to warm up. But those are not a thing anymore. So having everything shut down at night is a really helpful plan. Having anything that's going to be quick on and off set on a power strip so you can hit the switch at the end of the day. Standby mode usually still takes about 75% of the equipment's power, so it's not actually that helpful. And when you're starting out, bringing your AV company on board with your new sustainability goals and initiatives, just asking them to give you a report of which of their equipment is Energy Star they're bringing on site and the generic power usage on all of their equipment in their report will at least get you moving them in the direction of starting to track that stuff on your behalf. Next up is social and community. Now, AV standards already have things like accessibility pretty well under control, but keeping an eye when you're on site to make sure everything is taped down nice and low, making sure that you maintain your aisle width, things like that is going to really hit the mark on your accessibility. Additional accessibility things you can do with your AV company is ask them about their preferred methods for translation services, for captioning services. There's a lot of cool apps and digital solutions that are available now that won't necessarily cost you as much as renting a big screen. And for other accessibility and inclusion, you want to be keeping an eye on your line of sight as well, making sure that if you are providing something like ASL translation, you have seats reserved with good line of sight, that you have
colorblind checks on your stage design and your projection images, your whatever slides or anything that you might have, to make sure that you've got the proper visibility for the most important information. And as always, you want to lean on your pros when you are developing your RFP or working on your quote with your AV providers. Let them know that you want to be using their expertise in the areas of accessibility and inclusion. Ask them for pitfalls and let them know that you would like for their team to be accountable for making sure that those are areas that get looked at. And then follow up and get their feedback later. Check in that they've done their checks and what they think, all that jazz. Next up is personal health and well-being. This is going to be looking at a lot more staffing stuff. So when you are developing your schedule for your event, when it comes to AV needs, include the lead on that team to make sure that you don't forget to give their team time for their breaks and meals, making sure that you are working with a team who makes sure that their staff are covered from an OSHA standpoint for their comfort and their safety. And the other thing you can do when you are looking at your RFPs, when you're meeting new teams, is check in on the diversity and the opportunities within their teams. Making sure you have teams that when the time comes, you can ask for a female AV crew and they can provide it. Companies who do recruitment programs that include training to be able to bring in a diverse background of people who are interested in the industry but have never had the exposure to it. It's not like AV is something you can really come straight out of community college and already know what you're doing. So working with companies who are willing to train, who have an openness to bring new people into the industry is going to be really supporting the long-term benefit to the community. And we want to be giving our money to the people who do the things we support. And lastly is economic. And we do want to be giving our money to the people who do things we support, like donate to causes we care about, have sponsorships and scholarships with organizations we care about. If you are an AV company and you have scholarship programs, have training programs, your business donates to good causes, those are things that are perfectly reasonable and expected in the About Us section of your RFP. Looking at making a plan to be able to economically afford transitioning from any disposable packaging to reusable packaging, making your supply chain smaller and tighter in terms of disposables. And in the time before you can afford to upgrade your equipment to Energy Star or low energy usage equipment, maybe consider also doing a paired contribution to carbon offsetting or to a local project that's investing in renewable energy in your community. So there we go. Environmental, community and social, personal health and well-being, and economic. There's obviously 100 more small things you can do in each of these categories, and we will come back and chat about them more later. But these are the sorts of things that when you are writing or answering RFPs, maybe you put it in the RFP to say, a small breakdown of sustainability and say that you are considering the UN Sustainable Development Goals as the basis for sustainability and let people know that they can present all of these issues. And then if you are looking at an RFP that just throws out environmentalism or sustainability or eco or green, you can present it as these are the areas that we are able to impact looking at the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, so that it's really clear that you are looking at all these issues, because environmental and social policy issues are a big deal. Internal policies are a big deal. So we want to be educating as we go, as well as showing off our company in the best light and making sure our clients are getting the thing that they're asking for and doing the best they can do. And of course, if you work with me, those are the types of things that I help you develop and put on your standardized forms. So there you go. I will see you next week when I am here to bring you more sustainable event tips, tricks, recommendations, ideas, and referrals. Stay cool out there.
Thanks for joining me on Sustainable Events Dog Walk. I'm Alicia Drewby, founder of Positive Impact Event Consulting, and I want to help you integrate sustainability into your event business so you're ready to make every event you work on more sustainable. See you next time.